What if, instead of Santa Claus, 13 trolls came to your door at Christmas, each with a different trick, a hunger for stolen food, and a monstrous mother who feasted on naughty children? Welcome to Iceland, where Christmas was once terrifying. It's midwinter in Iceland, sometime in the late 1700s. The nights stretch almost endlessly, only a few hours of pale light touch the snowy mountains before darkness claims the island again. In these long cold weeks before Christmas, people gathered in turf houses, huddled by the hearth. The wind howled across the lava fields, and even the sheep seemed uneasy. To keep children from wandering into the deadly cold or stealing food meant for winter survival, parents told stories of monsters. And none were more feared than Grýla, the ogress who lived in the mountains. Grýla was ancient, a troll woman with hooves, warts, and a bottomless appetite for bad children. In 13th century Icelandic sagas, she's already mentioned a creature who listens for misbehaving kids through the snow. By the 1600s, Grýla had become a household name. Every parent knew her legend. When children lied, disobeyed, or wasted food, she would come down from the mountains, her great sack slung over her shoulder. She'd scoop them up, screaming, and carry them away to be boiled into stew. But Grýla didn't come alone. She had a monstrous cat, and later 13 mischievous sons. The Yule Cat, or Turin, prowled the snowy fields on Christmas Eve. He wasn't your cozy fireplace pet. This cat was gigantic, larger than a horse, with glowing eyes and claws sharp as ice. And he hunted one type of prey: anyone who hadn't received new clothes for Christmas. It might sound strange today, but this myth carried a message. In old Iceland, new clothing symbolized hard work, spinning wool, weaving fabric during the winter. If you didn't help your family with the chores, you might not earn new clothes, and the Yule Cat would come for you. It was fear as disciplined folklore turned into morality play, and it worked. Because who would risk being devoured by a Christmas cat? Then there were Grýla's sons, the 13 Yule Lads, or Lasvena. They weren't killers like their mother, but they weren't innocent either. Each one crept down from the mountains on a different night, starting 13 days before Christmas. The first to arrive was Stektastor, the sheepcoat Claude, who tried to drink milk from the sheep but got his wooden legs stuck in the stalls. Then came Gilgagor, the gully gork who hid in gullies to steal milk, and Stifer, the short one, who snatched frying pans to lick the grease. Each night brought another spoonlicker, doorslammer, socket-swiper, sky gobbler, and so on, until Christmas Eve, when all 13 were loose. By then, houses were filled with laughter and a bit of fear. Parents would tell children, "Put your shoes on the window ledge. If you've been good, a Yule lad will leave a treat, but if not, you'll get a rotten potato." This was Iceland's answer to Santa's naughty or nice, rougher, funnier, a little darker. By the late 1700s, though, the church had had enough. Pastors called the Yule Lads unholy spirits. In 1746, Icelandic authorities even banned parents from terrifying children with monster tales. But the stories never truly died. They lived on in whispers and songs sung during the long Advent nights. It wasn't until the 19th century that the Yule Lads began to soften. The industrial age reached Iceland slowly, but change came. Missionaries, merchants, and imported Christmas cards from Europe brought new imagery. Jolly men in red, decorated trees, gift-giving, and so, the old trolls began to evolve. From frightening thieves to clumsy pranksters. By the late 1800s, Icelandic families began naming each Yule Lad as part of the countdown to Christmas. Children would recite their order, laugh at their mischief, and hang stockings instead of fearing the sack. Grýla and the Yule Cat remained still mentioned, still part of the lore, but no longer threats. Instead, they became beloved figures in Icelandic folklore, festivals, and plays. Even poets and painters reimagined them. In 1932, an Icelandic poet named Jóhannes R. Sketelum published the Yule Lads, giving each troll a personality. That version, mischievous but lovable, became the modern image Iceland knows today. But where did it all come from? To understand, we have to go back further, to the Norse and pagan roots of the midwinter feast. Before Christmas came to Iceland, there was Yule, the ancient Norse Yule celebration. It was a time to honor ancestors, light fires to chase away darkness, and share food in defiance of the cold. The veil between worlds was said to thin during Yule. Ghosts, elves, and spirits roamed freely. Sound familiar? It's the same spirit world that Victorian England later revived with Christmas ghost stories. For Icelanders, these tales blended seamlessly with Christianity when it arrived around the year 1000. The monsters never left, they just got new costumes. Even today, Iceland's Christmas season lasts 26 days, beginning December 12th when the first Yule Lad descends from the mountains. Each night another arrives, until Christmas Eve when all 13 are here. Then, one by one, they leave again, the last departing on January 6th, known as Twelfth Night. And yes, Icelanders still leave shoes in windows. Children still hope for treats, or fear that lone potato. Tourists now visit Reykjavik to see statues of the Yule Lads scattered through the city. And each December, Grýla and the Yule Cat are displayed in holiday parades, towering puppets and glowing eyes, half terrifying, half joyful. It's a reminder that Iceland never truly let go of its monsters. Instead, it learned to celebrate them. So what does it mean that Iceland's Christmas is built on trolls, ogres, and cats that eat lazy children? Maybe it's this. Winter, especially in the north, has always been about surviving the darkness. Stories of monsters gave that darkness a face, and laughter gave people the courage to face it. When the fire burned low and the wind howled, people could say, "It's just Grýla out there, looking for naughty children," and somehow that made the night a little less empty. So, when you hang your stockings or light your candles this season, remember, not all Christmas spirits are jolly. Some are ancient, hungry, and wise. If you lived in 18th century Iceland, which Yule Lad would visit your house first? Spoonlicker, door slammer, or sausage